let's say you could do that. You can find out exactly what the problem. I think that's a good thing about Tab 32 is that it helps you identify where the issues are coming from and how to fix those issues.
So somebody asked, have you or how have you used Tab 32 to improve marketing? So I know we talked about surveys. It sounded like online booking was included in there, but is there anything else that you would maybe want to add to that you have been able to leverage because or in part with Tab 32?
Okay, so there's a couple of things actually. I can add a couple of things. So one of the things that Tab 32 does is going back to the treatment plan report, right? So you can always see what the treatment plan. So what you can do is you can index what is my practice doing a lot of, right? So are we doing a lot of perio work? Are we doing a lot of restorative work? Are we doing a lot of endo? Are we doing a lot of oral surgery? And then you can sort of trend out and see, okay, this is down this month or down, last month, or where are we going? And then you can take that information and cross-reference it with the treatment plan report and can see what treatment plans aren't and not being accepted. And so that way you can sort of figure out what's happening and exactly drill it down to who is not accepting. So then you can then create targeted marketing to either that specific patient or to that, or to that specific patient, or to even just new patients coming in. Like, hey, we're not doing a lot of endo. If we do 5 root canals today, we can hit our production goal for the month. God forbid that any provider do 5 root canals in a day. But you did want to do that. Let's say you could do that and you could find out exactly what the problem is. I think that's a good thing about Tab 32 is that it helps you identify where the issues are coming from and how to fix those issues. Or then even one of the other things I mentioned was our 20-minute whitening software. So this is something that I was pilot. So we bought a brand new laser. And we had this laser, and I was like, this is what we want the laser to do. So a lot of times what happens, I've seen in the dentistry field, is that people buy equipment that claims to be able to do this, but then they don't market the equipment. They don't ask their patients, they don't ask their patients, hey, are you interested in using this equipment? It's always like, oh, you get sold on this dream by, the Darby or the Patterson or this Henry Schein rep. Like, you can do this and this and this. But then you're not actively market sizing your things. That's why it goes back to even our patient registration forms. Patient registration forms, I put, are you interested in 20-minute whitening? So then I take that data from that, and I look at the forms that were attached for the day. Okay, so this person is in 20-minute whitening. You should be having your staff review that at the time of when the patient is filling in their registration form. But if not, on the back end, like, hey, thanks for coming today. They're mentioning 20-minute whitening, and everybody loves that day. I know it's really more like an hour whitening, but 20 minutes of actual under the laser. And so that's some of the things that you can do with that, and then you can create targeted ads. So then we use a lot of that to then inform our social media marketing and our social media ads.
Okay. No, I think that's really, really good advice. And I think, something I know not every practice really kind of digs down into that detail. But like you said, once you get that detail, it really can point you in the right direction, show you where you need to invest your time.
You can do so much. Like, you can even, with your fee schedules, you can then do analysis of, even if you want to get into that level of detail, you can even then look at your fee schedules like, okay, this is what I'm getting compensated for by different insurances for this procedure based on the fee schedule amounts that you've entered into the system. Where does it not make sense for me to do this type of work on this type of insurance and stuff like that? So that way you're maximizing your time, but it takes the time to actually sit down and look at the numbers and make sense of those numbers. And then you can actually choose a group. And that's what a lot of the DSOs do.
Yeah, what I was going to say, I'm really glad you shared that, because I think it's coming up more and more with folks that, I'm speaking to, new practices coming on, that type of detail. How much am I making within a specific carrier, and what are those compensation rates? And it seems to really be helping, again, drill down into those areas that are really going to provide you the most value and make sure the practice is going to be able to maintain that financial health. So I think that's really, really good info, and something I would bet there's probably a lot of folks out there that aren't doing yet.
Definitely. This takes time. You put that bit of time into it, the rewards are tenfold.
Agreed. And it gets easier as you go too, right? The first couple times might be a little clunkier, might take a little bit longer, but you do it every day or, every couple of days, and it's going to get easier and easier and easier with time.